Oh, well, I was nauseous this morning.
Hey, any ghosts?
No, nothing so far. I think I don't want to say I'm in the clear, but
I should probably explain what the hell you guys are talking about.
Okay, so far. Okay, so Monday morning, came to the office, and I was very conveniently paying my electric bill online. Thank you, City of Austin. And I thought, I'm going to check my usage and just see what's going on this month, because I don't ever pay attention to that kind of stuff. Something I've never done and I would never do. And I was looking through my water usage, and I used, I don't know if it's gallons or what
Yeah, it's gallons.
Gallons. I typically use about 3,500 gallons a month. And this month, in the month of April, I had already racked up 17,000 gallons. And I was like, oh.
You were drinking a lot of water.
Yeah, I was like, well, great. You know? So I ran home, walked all around my house, crawled up into my crawl space, looked around, couldn't find a leak anywhere. And I called a plumber. And the plumber came out, and he found that the pipe in my front yard at a 45-degree bend had broken, severed. And so he had to dig this 4-foot by 4-foot hole in my front yard. And while he was down there repairing this pipe, next to the fucking broken pipe, next to the break, was a prayer card for, I don't know what it was called, but it was Our Lady of Fatima.
Yeah, it was.
And it was laminated and sitting next to the break. And so he handed it to me and he goes, look at this. And I was like, wow, that's really weird. I wonder, it's had to have been there for 30, 40 years. Probably not that much longer because it was PVC. I don't know how long they've used it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was in there for a while. And I took it out and I was like, huh. And I took it out to show Griffin because she was out working somewhere. And when she came home, I showed it to her. And the plumber filled in the hole and went on his way. And then I was actually talking to Gus and Martha about it at the same time. And they both at the same time said, you put that back, right? And I was like, why would I put it back? And they were both like, well, now you're going to die.
Yep.
And Bernie has convinced me that was there to ward off a demon.
Yep.
And then now that my protection is gone, I'm screwed.
Yeah. If I'm a demon and there's some kind of ward put in the ground to keep me off the premises or whatever, I'm going to make a pipe leak right at that spot.
Yeah.
So that the dopes will dig it up and get rid of it.
Convenient.
Now you've got, there's a straight path from your house to hell, essentially.
Gus goes, you remember how Poltergeist started, right?
Yeah.
You're going to open your refrigerator and Zool's going to be in there.
And then
then we dug up one of the bushes in the front yard, found some Indian bones. Got rid of those.
Stupid old Indian bones. I told him that night I thought about going to the Mexican meat market and buying a dead skinned goat and throwing it in his front yard where the hole was. But I didn't want to track wild animals
and
over
then
there.
fucking Gavin aimed me at 3:30 in the morning that night to tell me that he had just woken up from a nightmare. And it was so real and vivid, he had to tell us about it. And it was he and Griffin and I were in the house, and a demon was trying to get us. And he was able to escape to the studio, but we couldn't get out of the house in time. And that he felt terrible, because he was safe in the studio. We were trapped in there with the monster.
Well, you know that means the monster's going to attack when Gavin comes to visit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't ever let him come back.
You know what, that upsets me. Because that is not the story I wrote for him. The story I wrote for him to aim you guys was much more subtle than that.
Did you really write a story?
I did. I set that up.
I figured it was too fun. It was too convenient.
He was just supposed to say not anything about demons or anything. It was just to be a sense of foreboding in your house, and he couldn't get out, and he felt like there was something just outside his vision. That kind of a thing.
No, yeah.
He turned into a fucking Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Martha and I were also conspiring.
What are you?
Our initial reactions were genuine, but then after that we were conspiring.
Thanks, everybody. I was this close to digging that hole up and burying it again. I actually called my mom and asked what I should do.
Martha started feeling really bad. She started aiming me very guiltily, saying, he's calling his mom, oh no, we went too far.
They laminated that thing.
It's laminated. And because my mom's pretty religious, and I thought, she'll set me straight. My mom goes, what are you, stupid?
It's funny, I looked up the secrets. I guess the Our Lady of Fatima is supposed that the Virgin Mary appeared in Portugal, centuries ago. And she told the people she appeared to 3 secrets.
The 3 little girls.
Right, and the first secret was talking about demons buried underground.
Yes.
And how they lived in fire.
Supposedly, also, after a couple of years after that event occurred, some bishop or priest decided to dig at the exact spot where she appeared and dug up a well. And apparently the well's still there, providing fresh water. So,
demon water.
There's a lot of allegories there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's all very crazy. I can't keep bringing. I had totally forgotten about it until today. Thank you.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure there's some supernatural creature that has not forgotten about it yet.
And then in the 50s, the Archdiocese installed a sprinkler system.
The plumber dug a 4-foot hole. Hey, when Griffin was in the office the other day, she sent me a link to this. I'm going to try to make you feel better. I'm changing the subject.
Thanks, dude.
Have you heard about this? HP is selling a 3D printer.
That's good.
I didn't know those were on the market yet.
Yeah, it just came out. It's a DesignJet 3D printer that prints objects out of like ABS plastic.
How much does it cost?
$17,000.
Yeah, that's expensive. U.S.
It's like Star Trek, right? It's
like Star Trek.
The replicator.
No, it's like something at the fucking fair or Showbiz Pizza. That's what it's like. That thing is going to make little plastic representations of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And also, in a year, you can buy one of those things for like $800.
It's like those laser carvings you get where like they laser your face into a brick of glass. You seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work for a company that made that stuff.
Oh, really?
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh, those fucking things, man. Oh, God. That was like the bane of my existence, was listening to those fucking assholes who made that stuff talk about how the lasers shoot in and the angles. It was maddening. I hate those things.
Wait, so what do you do for the company?
Tech support.
Oh.
Well, not tech support. Well, yeah, IT stuff.
Gus tried to get fired, pretty much.
I did try to get fired, and they refused to fire me.
They were giving out severance packages, and Gus was doing everything in his power to get one, and they wouldn't fire him.
I was like the one guy they kept around.
He was the only IT guy in the whole company by the end of the day.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, let's not get into any illegal activities. This is public record.
Gus told a funny story
Allegedly.
where he became like almost like a character in a Wizard of Oz movie where he had moved all the cubicles around because his whole area was empty, and he made a fort out of cubicles,
Like Megadesk on
and
the
then
office.
set up like webcam. So when people would approach him, he'd just shout out, "What do you want?"
It was over here where bedbreakfast.com is now.
Oh, okay.
I was in that entire space by myself.
Jesus.
We
Why do you approach the desk of Gus?
that place emptied out. Like they had like hundreds of employees in there, and then after 8 months after you worked there, it was just Gus and all those desks. And we would go on Friday nights because they had this huge TV in their conference
The big
room.
projector.
Yeah, projector. We'd go watch DVDs.
Nice.
It was awesome. We spent a lot of time.
They had one of the stupidest network setups ever. They had a line of sight infrared connection, or what was
Oh
it?
shit, that's right.
Yeah, it's a laser connection. That went from that building over here to the Littlefield building.
Imagine, you know that thing when you walk into a convenience store and you break the beam? That's essentially what it was, but for data.
Right.
And Gus had to go line up the beams.
No, it was only like twice I ever had to line them up. Like one time, one of the cameras quit working, so we had to. I had to rent a cherry picker, and you're supposed to like get permits and do all this stuff, but we just rented it. I was like, fuck it, let's just at 4 a.m. let's just drive it up there, put some cones out in the street.
Yeah.
So we just put some cones out there, and I had to get up in the cherry picker, and like it had like a little sight like on a rifle, and I had to like aim it at the other one,
Really?
the other building. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Did you install it?
No, I didn't install it. They had a contractor put it up.
What happens when it like rains?
No,
Does it kill it?
it was fine.
Really?
It was just only twice ever. I don't know what happened, if the building shifted or something happened. They were like out of line, so the data wasn't as fast.
I was going to make a joke about it never raining in Austin, but man, it's been awesome this year.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
No, great, absolutely great.
Weather's been...
My garden is beautiful.
Lake Travis
Awesome.
is full right now, which is the first time it's been full in like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
2 years or 2.5 years?
Jack legitimately looks like he's going to kill someone. No, yeah, the weather's been awesome. After we've had like 2 miserable years, but it's been
weather?
great this year. Yeah.
You know who likes the weather? It's Bean Bears.
Bean Bear tags.
They love the weather in Austin.
Oh, fuck you. So, do you think that anything's going to happen to Matt Stone and Trey Parker after their South Park
God.
Dude,
episode?
no fucking comment. I'm not getting sucked into that.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. You think anything's gonna happen to Gizmodo with the goddamn iPhone?
I kind of hope so.
Is it worse to piss off Muslims or Steve Jobs? Which is worse?
Gizmodo, man, how are they still in business? They pissed off Microsoft, and Microsoft kind of just forgave them the whole Halo thing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Like screw those
And
guys.
then CES.
Pissed
And
off
CES, now Apple. I mean, come on.
Didn't they do something else too where they're on that stupid network with Gawker and Kotaku?
Yeah, they hacked Kotaku or whatever, the site, right, and put up a bunch of porn.
They
Yeah.
put up like Goatsy or something, like on April. I think it was April Fools or something like that.